Heaven has been silent until now. What God is about to reveal will change how you see everything. My beloved child, don't skip. The silence you've been hearing wasn't emptiness. It was preparation. Heaven has been watching, waiting, and aligning every detail behind the scenes while you thought nothing was happening. Every delay, every closed door, every heartbreak that broke your spirit wasn't punishment. It was construction, divine construction of something that your eyes weren't ready to see yet. Stay till the end because what's coming next will shake everything you thought you knew about your destiny. There were moments when you cried out for answers and heard nothing but stillness. You wondered if heaven had forgotten your name. But listen closely now because the silence is about to break in a way that will leave you breathless. Something huge is waiting for you. The angels have been instructed to move. God has whispered your name into a plan that was sealed years ago, and now that seal is breaking open. Don't skip. This is where your breakthrough begins. The things you thought were falling apart were actually falling into divine position. The storm that surrounded you wasn't to destroy you. It was to clear the path for what's about to arrive. The same doors that once shut in your face are trembling right now, waiting for heaven's command to open. Stay till the end because this isn't just another message. This is the moment when heaven finally speaks after years of silence. You've been patient, you've endured pain, and now the reward for your endurance is unfolding faster than you think. Right now, somewhere in the unseen, your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Files are being opened, hearts are being softened, and opportunities are being written with your name in gold. God is preparing to reveal what He's been keeping hidden, not from you but for you. Don't skip, because every second from here carries a revelation. Heaven has waited until this exact moment for a reason. The silence wasn't rejection. It was the sound of destiny taking shape. You see, the reason God went quiet was because He was removing the noise around you. He needed you to feel the emptiness so you could recognize the fullness that's coming. He needed you to lose certain people so that when the right ones appear, you'd know the difference. There are things you've been asking for that are already prepared, wrapped, and marked with your name. They've been waiting in a spiritual vault, and now the lock has turned. You'll start to see signs, repeating numbers, names you haven't heard in years, and sudden opportunities that align perfectly. Don't skip. These are not coincidences. What God is about to reveal will feel like remembering something your soul already knew. You'll see faces from your past reappear, not to hurt you but to help you complete what was left unfinished. You'll understand why some people had to disappear. Their absence was your elevation in disguise. Stay till the end. The voice of heaven is about to become undeniable in your life. You will receive confirmations in unexpected ways, through messages, songs, even random encounters. When you do, you'll feel it in your chest, that soft pull that says, "This is it. This is what you've been waiting for." Don't skip. You're not here by accident. You were guided to this very moment because your spirit was ready to hear what it couldn't bear before. Heaven speaks only when the soul is steady enough to receive truth, and yours is finally steady. Listen closely now. What's coming isn't just an answer. It's revelation. God is going to show you not only what's next, but why everything before had to happen exactly the way it did, you will see that every delay was actually an invisible handshake between you and destiny. Stay till the end. The atmosphere around you is already changing. The air feels different because heaven has moved closer to you. Miracles that were once miles away are now at your doorstep, and soon you will see why every tear was an investment. This isn't random timing, the alignment of events, the emotions rising in you right now, all of it is confirmation that the silence has officially ended. The message you're hearing isn't just for comfort. It's a spiritual activation. Don't skip. What God is revealing now is not meant to scare you, but to prepare you. The truth will not break you. It will rebuild you. You'll realize that heaven's silence was actually your protection against what you weren't ready to carry. Your blessings were delayed, not denied. Your story was paused, not cancelled. And now, as the divine clock strikes its next cycle, the story continues stronger than ever. Stay till the end. The revelation is coming in waves, and the biggest one hasn't even hit yet. You'll soon witness how heaven repays silence with abundance. God is going to make up for every silent season with evidence so clear that even your enemies will admit they misjudged you. The stillness is over. The unveiling has begun. Don't skip. Because the moment you finish this message, things will begin to shift. Signs will appear, doors will open, and something you thought was lost forever will return. Heaven isn't just speaking. It's shouting your name in victory. Stay till the end. You're not just watching another message. You're watching your prophecy unfold in real time. Heaven has spoken, and now the silence has turned into sound, the sound of your new beginning. My beloved child, don't skip. The air around you is shifting right now, carrying the energy of something divine that's been waiting to reach you. For years, heaven has been silent, but today that silence breaks in your favor. Stay till the end, because what's about to be revealed will change not just your story, but the way you see everything you've lived through. Every time you cried alone, wondering why the world turned cold, heaven kept count. Every tear you wiped from your face in silence became part of a heavenly record. And now, that record is being opened. Your pain has spoken louder in heaven than your words ever could. Something huge is waiting for you. You've walked through nights that felt endless, through storms that felt merciless, but every single step brought you closer to this very moment. God is about to reveal the purpose behind it all. Don't skip, because the next revelation could be the very one your soul has been waiting for. Heaven has not been silent without reason. God wasn't absent. He was listening in stillness, calculating how to turn every loss into a gain. The silence was never a punishment. It was divine organization. Everything had to be rearranged before your blessing could arrive untouched. Stay till the end, because what you'll discover soon will leave you speechless. You'll realize that the heartbreaks weren't endings. They were transitions. You were never abandoned. You were being redirected into alignment with what your destiny required. Don't skip. The people who walked away were not mistakes. They were mirrors. Their departure taught you what loyalty truly means. Their silence taught you how to hear God more clearly. Now that you've been purified through loss, heaven can finally deliver what's been waiting for your matured spirit. You're standing at the edge of revelation. What you thought was destroyed is about to be resurrected. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger than before. And this time, nothing and no one will be able to take it from you. Stay till the end, because heaven's silence is transforming into divine thunder. You'll soon hear your name in conversations that unlock new beginnings. People you've never met will feel drawn to help you. Opportunities will fall into your path without effort. The shift has already begun. There's a reason this message reached you now. The angels have confirmed that your spirit is ready to receive what you once couldn't handle. You have survived what others couldn't, and that strength has become the key that opens heaven's next door. Don't skip. You will soon remember this moment as the turning point. Everything that once seemed random will start to make perfect sense. God's pattern will finally be visible, and you'll see that the silence was never empty. It was sacred. You were not ignored. You were incubated. While you thought nothing was happening, God was protecting what was still growing. The silence was a womb of your miracle. Every time you wondered if heaven was listening, your name was being written on the next chapter's cover page. Stay till the end, because right now, the divine script of your life is being revealed. Line by line. What you lost will be replaced with something 10 times greater. Every no you received was just God clearing space for His bigger yes. Heaven doesn't operate on noise. It operates on timing. The silence meant your story was being edited by the author himself. The pain you felt was the ink that wrote your destiny. The quiet was never rejection. It was refinement. Don't skip, because the next scene is the one you've been praying for. The breakthrough will not arrive like thunder. It will come softly, quietly, but powerfully. You'll wake up one day soon, and everything will feel lighter, clearer, and aligned. That's how you'll know heaven has spoken. The silence was God's classroom. He used it to teach you patience, discernment, and trust. You had to lose the noise of others so you could recognize His true voice. And now that you do, you'll never be deceived again by temporary things disguised as permanent. Stay till the end. This next season of your life isn't about chasing. It's about receiving. The energy you once used to survive will now be used to create. You'll no longer beg for blessings. Blessings will recognize your frequency and come to you. Don't skip, because as heaven reveals the truth, you'll begin to see faces differently, places differently, and even yourself differently. The silence shaped your perception so that when the promise comes, you'll know how to honor it, not fear it. God is lifting the curtain now. You will soon stand before everything that was once hidden, the people who lied, the ones who stayed loyal, and the purpose behind your detours. You'll see that nothing was wasted, not a single moment. Stay till the end, because after this silence, you'll never doubt again whether heaven hears you. You'll carry a calm confidence that whispers, "I know it's working," even when it's quiet, and that peace will become your power. Heaven's silence was not the end of your story. It was the quiet before the reveal. Now, as divine timing unfolds, you will see that everything you went through was preparation for a blessing that fits you perfectly. Don't skip. You're seconds away from understanding why the silence had to happen. The revelation is coming in whispers, in dreams, in signs. Pay attention. Heaven is speaking again, and this time, it's speaking directly to you. My beloved child, stay till the end. This is the part where everything hidden begins to make sense. The silence you feared was not the absence of God. It was the sound of divine rearrangement. Every delay, every unanswered prayer, every quiet night you spent wondering if heaven forgot you was a silent rehearsal for this very moment. Don't skip, because something sacred is happening behind your screen right now. Heaven has been waiting for your heart to reach stillness before speaking again. The noise of disappointment, the echoes of betrayal, the whispers of doubt, they had to fade so that you could finally hear the true voice calling you home. God has been writing in silence, and now, the ink of destiny is dry. The page is ready to turn. Don't skip. You are standing in the soft space between silence and revelation. The air is electric with truth. Heaven is not just watching you. It's leaning in closer, preparing to reveal what you once begged to understand. Every unanswered why in your heart is about to receive its reason. The silence was training. It taught you how to survive without applause, how to move without validation, how to believe without seeing. The quiet molded you into someone unshakable. Someone whose faith no longer depends on evidence. Stay till the end, because now you will see why heaven trusted you with the silence. Heaven's voice is not loud. It's layered. It speaks through timing, through patterns, through sudden clarity that appears in the middle of confusion. That's why your season of stillness was sacred. It was calibrating your spiritual hearing. Now, every whisper from heaven will reach you without distortion. Don't skip, because when the silence breaks, it won't sound like thunder. It will feel like peace. It will arrive gently, with moments that make you pause and say, "So that's why that happened." And in that realization, your heart will rest. You're entering a new dimension of awareness. The same events that once broke you will now reveal themselves as the foundation of your purpose. The pain was never random. It was the sculptor's hand shaping you for something massive. Stay till the end, because heaven is about to turn your pain into poetry. Heaven's silence was the sound of alignment. While you were waiting, angels were rearranging timelines, writing contracts, and repositioning people who will play a role in your next chapter. What you thought was a delay was a divine edit, God removing every scene that didn't serve your story. Don't skip. The reason everything felt paused was because the next part of your destiny needed new scenery. You couldn't enter this new chapter carrying old weight. The silence was heaven's way of unpacking your spirit so you could move lighter and see clearer. Your name had been whispered in divine conversations. Heaven has declared its time. The same energy that once resisted you will now assist you. People who ignored your messages will suddenly remember you. Emails will appear. Calls will come. Opportunities you thought were gone will resurface, but this time, they'll be different. This time, they'll recognize your worth. Stay till the end. Because you're not just watching a message, you're witnessing the return of what was promised. Heaven is not just speaking to you, it's delivering to you. The silence was the waiting room, but now the doors have opened. The waiting is over. Don't skip. You are entering a moment where your reality will finally match your faith, the things you saw in visions, the words that echoed in your dreams, the promises that felt too good to be true, every single one of them is about to materialize. The silence was God's pause before divine release. Heaven is shifting the balance, the weight of what was withheld is being released all at once. You'll feel it as peace, as opportunity, as a sudden release of tension in your chest. You'll breathe differently, sleep differently, see differently, because revelation changes everything. Stay till the end. You'll begin to notice small signs. The song that plays at the right time, the text that arrives unexpectedly, the sudden idea that stirs your spirit, these are heaven's breakthroughs leading you into understanding. Color them. They're proof that the silence is officially over. Heaven is speaking through movement now. Things around you will start to rearrange rapidly. Don't resist it. The silence has prepared you for flexibility. Now you must move when heaven moves. The alignment you prayed for is in motion, and everything is accelerating. Don't skip. You'll soon see faces that carry messages, places that feel strangely familiar, and coincidences that defy logic. These are not random. They are heaven's coded language. The more you trust it, the faster revelation flows. The truth is, God never stopped speaking. He just shifted the frequency. While you were crying, He was creating. While you were doubting, He was designing, and now, the silence gives way to sound. A symphony of divine order echoing your name. Stay till the end. Because what's coming next isn't just a blessing. It's an unveiling. You will finally see what your spirit has known all along, that everything worked together for something far greater than your pain could ever describe. Don't skip. The silence was never empty. It was full of motion. It was full of angels traveling, full of prayers collecting weight, full of divine timing building momentum. And now, all of that motion is colliding into your present moment. Heaven has not been silent to hurt you. It's been silent to prepare you for a sound you could finally understand. You've reached the frequency of revelation. The static is gone, the message is clear. Heaven is saying, now is your time. Stay till the end. Because the next moment after silence is sound. And the next sound you hear might just be the answer you've been waiting your whole life for. My beloved child, don't skip. The silence you once hated has become the stage for heaven's greatest performance. What's unfolding now is not coincidence. It's divine choreography. And every invisible step has led to this moment. Stay till the end. Because the truth you're about to realize will shift the way you see your past, your pain, and even your purpose. You've been through seasons where heaven seemed mute, where every prayer echoed back in emptiness. You wondered if your voice mattered. But hear this, the silence was not rejection. It was recognition. God went silent because He was preparing to speak through your outcome, not your asking. Stay till the end. The answers you longed for were never lost. They were maturing. Some miracles require silence because noise distorts timing. Heaven hid what you asked for until it was ready to arrive in full power. Now that power is on its way to your doorstep. Don't skip. The version of you standing here today is proof that the silence wasn't wasted. You've changed. You've become wiser, stronger, and more discerning. The pain carved a new capacity in you, and heaven is about to fill that capacity with overflow. You waited long enough for the noise to stop. Now the silence is turning into sound. What's coming next will surprise you. It will happen suddenly, quietly, and beautifully. One morning you will wake up and realize that the weight you carried for years is gone. You'll breathe differently because peace has finally replaced panic. Heaven's timing has arrived, and it's arriving softly. Stay till the end. Because the greatest revelations don't come in thunder. They come in whistlers. God is whispering now through alignment, through synchronicities, through the people showing up at just the right time. Everything you once thought was random is beginning to make sense. Heaven has been rearranging the map of your life. The detours were not punishments. They were divine preservation. Every time something didn't work out, heaven was rerouting you toward a safer, higher path. And now the path is opening under your feet. Don't skip. You're about to witness what divine restoration truly means. The losses you faced weren't permanent. They were temporary transactions. Heaven is now returning what was taken, multiplied, purified, and sanctified. You will gain in 1 month what you lost in years. The silence was the proof of your growth. You stopped begging and started believing. You stopped chasing and started trusting. Heaven saw your surrender, and that surrender activated miracles. When you gave up control, heaven took command. Stay till the end. You're walking into a season where God doesn't need to explain. He will demonstrate. The same mouths that once mocked you will speak blessings over you. The same places that rejected you will now open their doors wide. The silence is turning into celebration. Don't skip. Because this revelation carries instructions. As heaven moves, so must you. You cannot remain where silence trained you. You must step into where revelation calls you. The doors you've been waiting to see open will not open behind you. They are waiting ahead. The key was always timing. Heaven's silence was never disinterest. It was synchronization. God wasn't ignoring you. He was making sure everything you need arrives at the same moment. And that moment is about to collide with your life. Stay till the end. Soon, the very things that once felt confusing will become your clarity. The pain will make sense. The endings will glow with purpose. You'll look back and realize that heaven's silence was love in disguise. A love so protective. It refused to rush you into what wasn't ready. Heaven is breaking the seal now. The letters of destiny written long ago are being read aloud in your favor. Your name is being released in conversations that carry blessings. You are about to receive calls, messages, and signs confirming what you've always known deep down. That you were chosen for something greater. Don't skip. Because the silence is about to speak louder than any word. Every moment you thought was wasted is now being redeemed. You'll soon see that God was never late. He was right on divine schedule. Stay till the end. This new chapter begins quietly, but it will not stay quiet for long. Heaven's whisper will become a roar of blessings. Your name will echo in places you never imagined reaching. The silence is over. The symphony has begun. And when you finally see it all come together, you'll realize something profound. Heaven was never silent. He was speaking all alone through peace, through pauses, through people leaving, through time stretching. Every moment was a message, and every message was leading you here. Don't skip. Because the revelation is not just about what's coming. It's about who you've become. You are no longer the same person who entered the silence trembling. You've emerged refined, wakened, and ready. Stay till the end. This is your awakening. Heaven's silence has ended not with thunder, but with grace, and that grace is about to change your reality forever. Your alignment, your peace, your abundance, they are all unfolding right now, right here, before your very eyes. You've waited long enough. Heaven is no longer silent. It is speaking, moving, and manifesting in your life at this very moment. All you have to do now is trust the sound of your own spirit, because that voice inside you, that's heaven, and it's finally speaking loud and clear. My beloved child, don't skip. You've reached the part where heaven begins to lift the curtain fully. The silence you once called unbearable was actually sacred construction. Every hidden moment was a foundation stone for what is being unveiled now. Stay till the end, because this part isn't just a message. It's the manifestation of everything you've endured. When heaven goes quiet, it's not abandonment. It's alignment. God's silence has been the pause between the breaking and the becoming. What's about to unfold will prove that not 1 second of waiting was wasted. The time you spent doubting, crying, and feeling forgotten was the soil of your transformation. The silence wasn't punishment. It was permission for your destiny to mature. Don't skip. The signs are already around you. Have you noticed how certain things feel different lately? How you sense a soft shift in the air. How peace has been whispering even when chaos tries to speak louder. That's heaven's language. It doesn't shout. It stirs. You are now standing in the moment heaven has been preparing you for. Every delay that frustrated you was actually divine choreography, setting up the right people, places, and timing to meet at one intersection, this one. Stay till the end, because you're about to see what divine alignment truly looks like when heaven moves all at once. Heaven's silence was your protection. God had to quiet the noise of people who couldn't go where you were going. You lost some connections not because you failed, but because they were distractions. You had to be alone so you could hear heaven clearly. The silence was isolation for revelation. Don't skip. Something powerful is unfolding even as you listen. Your name is being whispered in divine circles. Your energy is being recognized by the spiritual realm. What was blocked is now blessed, and what was hidden is now highlighted. The silence has ended, and heaven has switched from waiting mode to release mode. Stay till the end, because the next moments are not random. They are divine time steps. God is about to show you exactly why everything had to happen the way it did. The betrayal, the rejection, the endings, even the heartbreaks, they were all coded messages preparing you to recognize true blessings when they appear. You're stepping into a moment where everything you lost will find its way back, but in higher form. The friendships will return with maturity. The love will return with truth, and the dreams will return with stability. The silence was heaven editing your story so that when it replays, it does so flawlessly. Don't skip. The reason you didn't hear anything for so long was because heaven was changing the frequency. You had to upgrade before you could understand the sound of your next season. You were tuned to survival before, but now you're tuned to manifestation, and manifestation requires silence before sound. Heaven is now releasing what was stored away. The opportunities, the favor, the healing, all of it had been waiting for your readiness. You will begin to see sudden shifts, delays clearing, people apologizing, paths opening, emotions calming. None of this is random. It's divine rhythm. Stay till the end, because the silence is over, and the revelation is unfolding with precision. You'll soon witness events that seem small but carry massive significance. The smallest conversation, the tiniest opportunity, the briefest encounter, all of it is coded with destiny. Heaven speaks in details, and now every detail around you is becoming divine dialogue. Don't skip. The season of silence made you sensitive to truth. You no longer need confirmation from others. Your spirit confirms it. You know when something is aligned because peace enters instantly. That's how you'll know heaven is speaking again. It will feel like calm, not confusion. God is revealing not just His plan, but His patience. You'll realize that His silence wasn't Him stepping away. It was Him standing so close that even your thoughts were heard. Every tear was translated into instruction. Every sigh was a signal. Heaven understood you even when you couldn't find the words. Stay till the end, because the message now is simple but powerful. Heaven has always been speaking, but only the silent learn to hear. And you, my beloved, learn to listen in the quiet. That's why the next sound you hear won't be noise. It will be purpose. The people who doubted you will be the first to witness your elevation. The same ones who said you'll never make it will be stunned at how quickly things begin to align for you. You are not stepping into luck. You are stepping into divine compensation. The silence was heaven calculating interest on your pain. Don't skip, because right now energy is shifting in your favor. The divine delay is dissolving. The doors that refuse to open are now swinging wide. You will soon feel like everything is happening at once, and that's because heaven is repaying every silent season in acceleration. You will start to notice messages that feel like confirmations. They won't be random. They will be signs that heaven is guiding your path. The song that plays, the text that appears, the number that repeats, each one will carry the same message. You are seen. You are chosen. It's time. Stay till the end, because as this revelation settles into your spirit, your vision will sharpen. You'll stop asking why me and start saying thank you. The silence will no longer scare you. It will soothe you, because you'll know now that heaven's quiet is not an absence. It's an announcement in progress. And soon, when you look back, you'll realize that every second of stillness was divine evidence. Heaven wasn't silent because it forgot you. It was silent because it was forming you, and now that formation is finished, and your manifestation is here. Don't skip, because this is the moment heaven has been building toward. You are not just hearing a message. You are stepping into it. The revelation has become reality. The silence has become sound, and the sound is your victory song. Stay till the end, for after this, you will never fear silence again, because now you understand what it really means. Heaven never stopped speaking. It simply waited for you to listen deeply enough to hear, and now that you do, the world will never sound the same again. My beloved child, stay till the end. This part will touch the deepest part of your soul, because heaven is no longer whispering. It's declaring. The silence that once stretched across your nights is over. The quiet that once made you question your worth is breaking open, and from it, something powerful is emerging. Don't skip, because every word that follows carries a vibration meant to awaken your next season. There was a time when you begged heaven to speak. You pleaded for signs, for movement, for answers. And when nothing came, you thought maybe you had been forgotten. But in truth, you were being trusted. Heaven doesn't stay silent because it doesn't care. It stays silent when it knows you already carry the answer within. Don't skip, because the moment you started trusting your intuition, that was heaven's first reply. The feeling that said, keep going, even when everything told you to quit, that was heaven's voice disguised as instinct. The delay you cursed became the delay that protected you. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection disguised in divine quiet. You must understand something now. The silence was strategy. God wanted you to learn the difference between voices that flatter and voices that guide, so He silenced everything until you could finally recognize His frequency through peace, not panic. Stay till the end. Because this understanding will change the way you handle every silent season from now on. Heaven has been working in layers, peeling back your old beliefs one by one. The silence stripped you of false comfort, false promises, and false identities. You lost things you thought you couldn't live without, only to discover that you were lighter without them. The emptiness wasn't emptiness at all. It was expansion. Don't skip. You are standing on the threshold of a reveal that will explain years of mystery. Every person who left, every plan that failed, every prayer that went unanswered, all of it was tied to this unfolding moment. You had to be emptying before you could be entrusted. You had to be quieted before you could be qualified. The silence is breaking now. You'll start to sense it in little ways. Moments of peace that feel like prophecy. Sudden bursts of gratitude that come from nowhere. Tears that feel like release instead of pain. That's how heaven speaks when words are not enough. It speaks through the body, through feeling, through flow. Stay till the end, because what's being revealed next isn't about what you lost. It's about what was born through the loss. You didn't just survive the silence. You were reborn through it. Your old self could not carry this new destiny. That's why God had to press pause. He was waiting for the stronger you to emerge. Don't skip. The silence taught you how to see beyond the surface. Now you notice energy before words, intention before action, truth before appearance. Heaven has trained your perception, and that awareness will protect you for the rest of your life. You can now feel deception before it speaks. That's the power the silence gave you. The people who once pitied your stillness will soon witness your movement. You are stepping into a period of divine acceleration. Things that used to take years will happen in weeks. Opportunities will line up like constellations. Don't be surprised when favor finds you without warning. Heaven is making up for the years you thought were wasted. Stay till the end. Because this time you won't need to chase anything. What belongs to you will recognize your energy and come to you naturally. You'll feel it. The right people will stay, the right doors will open, and the right timing will unfold like music. You'll know when it's heaven because peace will echo louder than pressure. Heaven has been silent so that you could unlearn hurry. You had to stop rushing before you could receive what's meant for you. Divine timing isn't slow. It's sacred. God waits until the moment your spirit and your purpose are perfectly aligned. That alignment is happening now. Don't skip. You're walking into a new phase where revelation won't just come from heaven. It will come through you. The words you speak will carry healing. The energy you bring will shift rooms. People will feel peace just by being near you because the silence refined your presence. The silence gave you authority. You now carry the calm that only comes from surviving chaos. You no longer beg for answers because you've learned to trust process. Heaven doesn't just want to reveal something to you. It wants to reveal something through you. You are not the same soul that entered the silence trembling. You're emerging radiant, wise, and grounded. Stay till the end. You'll begin to see signs of confirmation soon. Dreams that feel real. Conversations that echo this very message. Moments of déjà vu that remind you of heaven's accuracy. Don't dismiss them. Heaven is showing you that the silence was never empty. It was echoing truth you couldn't yet hear. Don't skip. Because right now, the final layers of your past are dissolving. Regret is losing its power. Guilt is being replaced with grace. The silence wasn't punishment. It was purification. And now that the cleansing is complete, heaven can finally hand you what you were always meant to carry. This revelation will not come in chaos. It will come in clarity. You'll wake up one morning and know exactly what to do, where to go, and whom to trust. The confusion will evaporate, the direction will feel divine. And your steps will feel lighter than ever before. That's how you will know heaven has spoken. Stay till the end. Because what's next will redefine your understanding of answered prayer. It won't look like what you expected, but it will feel like what you needed. The silence built endurance in you so that when the blessing arrives, it won't overwhelm you. It will empower you. Don't skip. Heaven is speaking through alignment, through synchronicities, through signs that will soon become impossible to ignore. The silence was the incubation. The revelation is the birth. And this time, nothing will stop what's meant for you. Soon, when you reflect on everything that has happened, you'll realize heaven was never silent. It was just speaking in a language only faith could understand. And now, you're fluent. The silence taught you how to translate stillness into strength. Stay till the end. Because this is not where the story ends. This is where it finally begins. The silence has ended. The sound has arrived. And the voice of heaven now calls you by your true name, the one written before time began. You are seen. You are chosen. And this revelation will change how you see everything forever. My beloved child, don't skip. The silence that once felt endless is now giving way to divine sound. Heaven has begun to move in ways your eyes can't yet see, but your spirit can feel. That weight in your chest is lifting because heaven is exhaling over your life. Every unanswered question, every lonely night, and every invisible tear has led you to this exact moment. The moment where revelation finally meets recognition. Stay till the end, because what you're about to understand will rewrite everything you believed about silence, waiting, and destiny. When heaven went quiet, you thought it meant absence. But absence and silence are not the same. Absence means disconnection. Silence means preparation. Heaven wasn't gone. It was listening, aligning, and recalibrating your path for something greater than your imagination could contain. You were never being ignored. You were being positioned. Don't skip. You're standing at the edge of revelation. The pain you once begged God to remove has turned into wisdom wrapped in peace. You're no longer the same person who entered that silent season trembling with fear. You're emerging with divine confidence, knowing that if heaven could trust you with quiet, it can now trust you with abundance. Heaven's silence was not a pause, it was a gathering. Angels were collecting the scattered pieces of your story, the broken promises, the unspoken prayers, the forgotten dreams, and weaving them into something whole. You didn't lose anything. You were being rebuilt. The silence was never stillness. It was sacred motion. Too holy to be seen with human eyes. Stay till the end. Because this moment, right now, is heaven's soft unveiling. You've been walking blind through fog, but the mist is clearing. You'll soon begin to notice that things are aligning faster, smoother, and with more purpose. The same world that once felt heavy will now feel light. That's what divine timing feels like when heaven finally speaks again. Don't skip. Because in this part, something inside you needs to awaken fully. The silence was never about waiting for God to speak. It was about learning to recognize how He speaks, through patterns, through instincts, through peace. And now that you can hear beyond words, heaven can speak without limits. Your soul has matured through silence. You've learned to find meaning in the stillness, direction in the delay, and beauty in what once felt like abandonment. The quiet became your teacher, and what it taught you cannot be taken away. It taught you how to be unshakable in storms, patient in uncertainty, and gentle with yourself when life felt harsh. Stay till the end. Because heaven is now rewarding your endurance. The things that were once withheld are being released like rainfall. You've been sowing faith in invisible soil, and now the ground beneath you is breaking open with miracles. The silence was the seed time. This is the harvest. And every tear you thought was wasted will now return as joy multiplied. Don't skip. Because this is the part where heaven starts answering not in pieces, but in patterns. You'll notice connections forming. People you meet by accident. Moments that feel too timed to be random. Each of these is a divine signal that your story is being read aloud in heaven's chambers again. The silence has ended, and heaven is narrating your next chapter in real time. Heaven has been waiting for your surrender, and you've finally given it. That's why the atmosphere feels different. You're not trying to control outcomes anymore. You're flowing with divine rhythm. And in that flow, doors open effortlessly. You've reached the frequency where things meant for you can finally locate you. Stay till the end. Because this part carries truth you've always known deep down. Heaven's silence never meant no. It meant not yet. Every unanswered prayer was waiting for alignment. And now that everything within you has been refined, the answers can arrive without resistance. This is not coincidence. This is completion. Don't skip. The silence didn't steal your voice, it strengthened it. You speak differently now. Softer but stronger. You walk differently now. Slower but with more purpose. Heaven used the silence to teach you grace under pressure and faith without proof. You are the evidence of divine patience. You will soon see why some prayers had to wait until this version of you existed. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared to carry blessings that your old self would have fumbled. Now you're ready. Heaven doesn't rush what it loves. It refines it. Stay till the end. Because heaven is about to reveal the part of your story that was written in secret. There are blessings that have been traveling toward you for years, held in divine storage until this very season. You'll start to notice restoration in areas you gave up on. Finances, love, family, faith. The silence was not loss. It was latency. And latency ends when revelation begins. Don't skip. Because soon, signs will multiply. You'll hear the same words repeated in different ways. You'll feel divine is urging you to take certain steps. Heaven is mapping your route through instinct now. And every move you make under that guidance will unlock with silence kept hidden. Heaven is not just revealing what's next. It's revealing why everything before had to happen. The heartbreak taught you empathy. The delay built your discipline. And the silence birthed your strength. You will now see that heaven never stopped speaking. It simply chose a language that only your soul could understand. Stay till the end. Because heaven's next move is restoration through revelation. You'll start to receive clarity that feels like light bursting through clouds. The confusion that haunted you will dissolve. Where you once said, "I don't understand," you'll now say, "I finally see." And that moment of seeing will change everything. Don't skip. Because the biggest miracle isn't what's coming externally. It's what has already changed internally. The silence trained your spirit to hear without panic, to move without approval, to love without fear. You've become the kind of person who doesn't need signs to trust, you are the sign. Soon, you'll feel the shift in your physical reality too. Delays will vanish, opportunities will reappear. People who once overlooked you will start seeking you. The silence that once buried you has now built you into someone who cannot be shaken by noise. Stay till the end. Heaven is orchestrating something monumental. And when it happens, you'll know why heaven stayed quiet for so long. Because this reveal needed perfect alignment, not applause. You are now living proof that heaven's silence was never punishment. It was prophecy in progress. The stillness was God's way of saying, "Hold on. I'm not finished yet." And now, finally, the completion is here. Don't skip. Because the revelation isn't finished. It's unfolding. Heaven is not done speaking. It's just getting louder. You'll hear its echoes in every part of your life, reminding you that the silence was never empty. It was echoing your name all along. Stay till the end. Because this is where understanding turns into awe. Heaven has spoken. The silence is over. And now, everything that once felt uncertain will finally make sense, beautifully, completely, divinely. My beloved child, stay till the end. This is the moment heaven has been leading you toward since the first whisper of silence began. Everything you've endured, everything you questioned, and everything you feared was building up to this one revelation. The silence wasn't the absence of God. It was the shaping of your soul. What's about to unfold will confirm that nothing in your story was wasted. You thought heaven was quiet because you had done something wrong. You believed that maybe your prayers weren't strong enough, your faith wasn't deep enough, or your heart wasn't pure enough. But the truth is, heaven's silence is not punishment. It's promotion. When God goes quiet, it's because the work has shifted from outside of you to inside of you. Heaven stopped talking not because you were unworthy, but because you were already becoming. Don't skip. The quiet was your cocoon. You were hidden because you were transforming. Heaven shielded you from noise so your wings could form in peace. And now, those wings are ready to spread. You're no longer crawling through confusion. You're flying in clarity. The same silence that once made you cry is now the space from which you rise. Stay till the end, because this final revelation is the reason the silence lasted so long. Heaven was never withholding answers. It was waiting until you were ready to live them. The moment you stopped begging for signs and started trusting your journey, the silence began to break. And now, the breaking is complete. Don't skip, because now you will start to see divine closure in every direction. People from your past will reappear, not to stay, but to help you see how far you've come. Opportunities that once slipped through your fingers will find their way back, this time prepared to stay. And the peace that once felt unreachable will now sit softly on your shoulders, reminding you that the silence didn't destroy you. It developed you. Heaven has been building something grand. Something so intricate that no human hand could rush it. That's why everything had to go quiet first. Creation always starts in silence. The universe itself began with stillness before the first word was spoken. Let there be light. And now, heaven is saying those same words over your life. Let there be light where confusion once lived. Let there be clarity where pain once reigned. Let there be purpose where you once felt lost. Stay till the end, because what you will see next will feel like a dream you forgot you prayed for. The things that once drained you will begin to refill you. You'll find comfort where you once found chaos. You'll start to smile again for no reason, because peace will no longer need to be earned. It will simply exist. Don't skip. The old version of you no longer fits in this season. You've outgrown the fear, the self-doubt, and the worry that silence once triggered. You've become the very thing you prayed for, strong, grounded, and unshakably aware that heaven doesn't always speak through noise. Sometimes it speaks through knowing. This is where heaven turns reflection into revelation. Every moment of your past will suddenly align like constellations forming a pattern. You'll see how each heartbreak led you closer to truth, how each delay protected your destiny, and how every unanswered prayer was a redirection toward what you truly needed. The silence didn't hide the plan. It revealed the purpose. Stay till the end, because this isn't the conclusion. It's the clarity. Heaven doesn't end stories. It evolves them. The silence was the doorway, and you've now walked through it. On the other side lies everything you once imagined and more. The pain gave birth to purpose. The waiting gave birth to wisdom. And the silence gave birth to you. Don't skip, because in this final stretch, you must remember, heaven never stopped moving. While you were crying, it was coordinating. While you were doubting, it was designing. And while you were questioning if you were forgotten, heaven was preparing a stage big enough to hold the glory of what's coming next. There is divine celebration happening in unseen realms right now. Angels are standing in formation, watching as your new beginning unfolds. You survived the silence. You passed the test. You became the version of yourself that heaven always knew you could be. The stillness didn't silence you. It crowned you. Stay till the end, because this is the sound of heaven rejoicing. You're walking into a chapter that feels lighter, freer, and fuller than you've ever known. Everything that was delayed is now accelerating. Everything that was blocked is now cleared. You are in the divine flow, and nothing can stop what has been written. Don't skip, because the final message heaven wants you to hear is simple. You were never alone. Not for a second. When it felt like no one understood, heaven did. When you had no words left, your tears spoke volumes. And when you stopped talking altogether, heaven still heard your heart. Now heaven speaks again, not through storms, not through shouting, but through serenity. It says, "You've made it. You've crossed the threshold between silence and sound, between waiting and fulfillment. You've proven that faith is not about hearing. It's about trusting what you cannot hear, and that trust has changed everything. Stay till the end, because your life from this point forward will feel like a living testimony of what silence can build. You'll notice how effortlessly things align. How naturally peace stays, how deeply love flows. Heaven's silence taught you the rhythm of surrender, and now that you've learned it, the music of miracles will never stop playing. The waiting room has become the celebration hall. The same place where you cried is now the place where joy begins to overflow. Heaven has turned your mourning into melody, your stillness into strength, and your silence into sound. Don't skip. This is the end of silence, but not the end of divine communication. You'll continue to hear heaven, not always in words, but in presence. In the way the sunlight falls just right on your face, in the timing of a message that arrives exactly when you need it. In the peace that comes without explanation. That's how heaven speaks to those who've mastered the quiet. So take a deep breath, my beloved child. You've reached the revelation that silence was always a form of speech. Heaven didn't go silent. It simply started speaking in a language your spirit had to learn. And now that you've learned it, you will never feel abandoned again. Stay till the end, because the last word heaven speaks over you is not goodbye. Begin the chapter where peace is constant, where purpose is clear, and where every moment feels like divine conversation. Heaven has spoken. The silence is over. And now, it's your turn to live what you've heard.